it's our friend, Dr. Diggingstone. He likes gold. Let's give him a glittery gold greeting like this. What's up, Doc?
Hi, everyone.
Wow, even our glittery gold greeting didn't make you smile. Did you find the gold?
No, my treasure tracker broke and I went to the local market and bought this gold sniffing parrot. He hasn't found anything yet. He's not even actually sniffing. Maybe he's asleep.
That's not the problem, Doctor.
You mean he's sick? Hang on, little buddy. I'll get you to a vet.
No! I mean, he's not real. Someone sold you a stuffed parrot.
This isn't a real gold-sniffing parrot?
I'm afraid not.
This treasure hunt keeps going from bad to worse. My treasure tracker blows a fuse. I buy a fake gold-sniffing parrot. What else could go wrong? I need a hug.
I'm sorry you're not very happy.
Me too. Thanks for the hug, though.
You know whose comfort is even better than a hug? God. My friends and I were just talking about how God comforts us when we're feeling sad.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the real treasure isn't gold or diamonds or jewels. Maybe it is something else.
Yeah, I think you're getting it.
But just in case it is one of those other things, I'm gonna keep looking. Maybe next time I'll try a gold-sniffing snake.
Poor Dr. Diggingstone. At least he's getting closer to finding the real treasure. Maybe if we keep telling him, he'll realize that he's priceless to God.
Welcome back, treasure seekers. Who's ready to dig into another adventure here at VBS?
We are celebrating God's love for each of us because we are priceless to God.
Let's sing about that right now.
Priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. Child of God, I know that I am loved. He hears me when I pray. He always makes a way. I am His and He is mine. I am the prize He came to find. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a child of God. I know that I am loved. He hears me when I pray. He always makes a way. I am His and He is mine. And I am the prize He came to find. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I
Sometimes treasure hunters or archaeologists follow maps to help them find hidden treasures. You may have read a book or seen a movie in which X marked the spot where something valuable could be found.
But X is kind of boring, Tarzan. If there were a treasure map leading me, I'd have something like chocolate. Oh, no, I know. I would have a puppy mark the spot.
If you want to find smalls, look for puppies.
Okay, what about you, Tarzan? If you were following a map, what favorite thing would you use to mark the spot?
Ooh, probably some good sushi. Just sitting there.
What about you at home? On the count of 3, I want you to yell it out. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Sushi!
Puppies!
God doesn't need a map or symbols like puppies or sushi to find us. God sees you and knows all about you.
God makes all kinds of valuable treasure, like you. Some things God created live in the ocean, like this pearl.
Pearls start out when an oyster or clam gets something like a tiny bug inside it. A bit like getting a little rock in your shoe.
Oh, that doesn't feel so nice on the foot.
No. The clam doesn't like the itchy, bumpy, painful thing inside it. So it starts making a liquid called nacre. Nacre coats that little annoying thing, making it nice and smooth and more comfortable to the clam.
Really? I had no idea.
Yep. After lots and lots of layers of nacre pile up and dry, you get a beautiful, smooth, and priceless pearl.
That is so cool. Our Bible point today is God comforts you. When you think of a smooth pearl, you can remember the priceless feeling of God's comfort.
I wonder what Bible memory buddy will help us remember that God comforts you. Let's see.
Ready to dig into another day of adventure? Then let's swing into the excitement. This is Wilder, and he's a squirrel monkey. That doesn't mean he's related to squirrels. Not even close. Well, they do both live in trees, but that's about all they have in common. Wilder is actually related to marmosets, tamarins, and capuchin monkeys. They're one of the smallest monkeys, only weighing around 2 pounds. That's about the same as, 3 cans of soda. Wilder may be small, but you'll always find him with friends. You could spot squirrel monkeys playing in the trees throughout Central and South American rainforests. Treetops are the best playground. Wahoo! Monkeys like it so much up here that some days their feet never touch the ground. God gave him great balance and a long tail that helps a bunch. Wilder's tail is what you call prehensile. That means it's awesome for balancing on tiny branches, but he can't use it to hold things. Some monkey troops can be as big as 500 monkeys. Wow, that's a super troop. Hanging out with so many friends keeps monkeys safe. They can all make a bunch of noise if a predator like a snake or a jaguar is around. Wilder likes starting his day with a good breakfast of fruit, but later in the day, he might snack on some bugs or spiders. Yum. When Wilder was a baby, his mom took care of him until he could take care of himself. She got him food, taught him how to find food, and sometimes carried him around when he got tired. Wilder's mom has soft fur that's comforting when things seem big or scary. Does your life ever seem big or scary? Do things leave you feeling worried? Do you ever need a friend to make you feel better? Sometimes you just need a comforting shoulder to hug, to cry on, or someone to listen. You are treasured by God. He is always there to comfort you. God gives you peace, reminders of His love, and friends and family. Those are gifts from God, comforting us with His love in hard times. And the Bible tells us another reason God comforts us. He comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort others. God lovingly comforts you, and you can pass that along to others. God comforts you. You are treasured.
When you see Wilder, remember that God comforts you.
Wilder is a fuzzy, cute, cuddly squirrel monkey. When you think of comfort, you probably think of something warm or cozy and soft, like Wilder's fur.
Today, our Bible verse comes from 2 Corinthians 1, verse 4. It says, "He comforts us in all of our troubles so that we can comfort others." I really love that Bible verse because it reminds us how comforting God is. But it also says that we should share that comfort with other people.
We always want to be the most loving and kind person to others.
Let's check in with Danny about what we are going to learn from today's Bible adventure.
If you thought yesterday's totally true Bible adventure was a little dangerous, we've time traveled ahead and things are even worse. It's been years since David was king. King Hezekiah's on the throne now, and he's in trouble. We're all in trouble. There's a nearby country called Assyria, and they're our enemy. In fact, the Assyrian king sent his army to conquer Jerusalem. They're outside our city walls right now, and there are way too many of them for us to fight. They have chariots, they have axes, they have spears, they have bows and arrows, and they have really bad attitudes. When they conquer cities, they take everything worth anything and burn the rest. And they're mean to the people in the cities too. King Hezekiah gave them lots of gold and silver so they'd go away. But here they are, and they're not leaving. In fact, here's what they said to our leaders. Hey, Jerusalem, just give up already. You have words, but we have a huge army. Who do you think is going to help you? Another country? Your God? No country can stand against us, and your God doesn't care about you. When we have your city surrounded, you'll starve. You'll die of thirst. Give up now, and we'll let you live. Your God didn't save any other cities we conquered, and God won't save you. Open your city gates and come out right now. It's your only chance. King Hezekiah hasn't opened the gates, so I think we'd better take cover before the Assyrians start chucking rocks over the walls. It's not safe to stay out here in the open. Take a few seconds and find a good hiding place behind a table or a chair or under a blanket. Stay nearby though, so you can still hear and see me. We need to stick together. Hurry! An attack could come at any moment. Now that you're hunkered down, let me ask, do you think your hiding place will really help if a giant rock is tossed on you? If arrows come at you? If a spear is tossed in your direction? How about if a chariot comes roaring through, pulled by two giant horses? You can come out of hiding. A blanket or chair or table isn't gonna help. This scroll is full of mean, hurtful words and lies. Maybe you've had someone say things like that to you, or you felt worried that something bad was going to happen. Let's try something. In a minute, I'll give you time to find some paper and a pencil so you can make your own bad news scroll. You'll write about a hard situation or draw a picture of something that scares you. I'll give you 2 minutes. When King Hezekiah got bad news on a scroll, he took it to God. God loves you and always hears what you say. So let's try that. King Hezekiah took the bad news scroll and laid it in front of God. Here's what I want you to do. Kneel and lay the open scroll out in front of you. He prayed something like this. Why don't you whisper the words after me? As you do, think about what you wrote on your paper. God, you have all the power and might. Hear our hurting hearts. Rescue us. Amen. Now whisper out a word that describes how it feels to lay your worries or fears before God. God hears you. You are treasured. God heard King Hezekiah too. He sent comforting words through the prophet Isaiah. Here in the Bible times, prophets tell us messages from God. Isaiah told Hezekiah, God says not to worry about those Assyrian bullies. God will defend you and take care of them. As for you and your people, you're going to be okay. In fact, soon you'll have plenty to eat and your nation will grow. When has someone comforted you with words? Take a minute to think about a specific time. If you're watching with friends or family, talk about it. God comforts you. You are treasured. Let's thank God for His comfort in hard times. Roll up that paper to make a scroll. Tape it closed. As you do, thank God for covering and wrapping you up with His comforting love. Can I tell you a secret? I know how this whole Assyrian mess turns out because it's here. In the Bible, in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 19, after comforting King Hezekiah with the promise that God would fight for him, God kept that promise and wiped out the Assyrian army. When you look at your scroll, remember that a mighty, powerful, and loving God stands with you and treasures you.
Always remember that God comforts us.
Did you know squirrel monkeys like Wilder are some of the smartest in the primate family? In fact, they have the biggest brain mass to body mass ratio of any primate. So that means that their brains are pretty big compared to their bodies.
So not only are they super cute, but they are super smart. They can think fast on their feet.
Are you all fast and clever?
Oh, I think so.
Okay, so I want you to hop up on your feet, and I am going to point in one direction, but I want you to hop in the opposite direction. Ooh. So if I point over here, you are going to hop all the way to the other side. If I point forward, you're actually going to hop backwards. So it's always the opposite. We're going to see how fast you can think. Are you ready?
All right, I think they're ready.
All right, here we go. You're going to have to think really fast, but I know you have big brains too. Okay, for number 1, that way. Number 2, let's go that way. Okay, ready? Number 3, that way. Okay, now let's see if we can go even faster, all right? So we're just going to switch back and forth even faster. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Over there. Backwards. Forwards. Over there. Wow, you guys are clever and fast on your feet. I think even Wilder would be impressed.
I have a question for you all. Squirrel monkeys live with their friends, but what do you think they live in groups of? Like, what do you think they're called? Do you think they're troops, or do you think they're squads?
Oh, Tarzan, I really don't know.
All right, let's put it to a vote. If you think they live in troops, put your hand up. Okay. And if you think they live in squads, put your hand up.
Okay, this one might be a close one. So, what's the answer?
Okay, first we gotta have a drum roll. So let's get our drum roll going. And the answer is squirrel monkeys, like Wilder, live in large troops. Their troops may have as many as, ready for this number? It's a lot. It's more than 100. It is more than 200. It is 500 monkeys. Wow. But troops are usually smaller, with about 50 to 60 little Wilders running around at a time.
That's a lot of squirrel monkeys in one troop.
Squirrel monkeys also love the treetops. In fact, their toes hardly ever touch the ground. They don't come down to earth too often, just every once in a while to play or see what tasty treats tumbled out of the trees.
Let's get off of the ground to sing and dance.
He knows you, he knows you, he loves you, he loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. He knows you, he knows you, he loves you, he loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. God knows every word before you even say it. He hears every prayer before you even pray. So let him hear you now. Let him hear you shout. He knows you, he knows you, he loves you, he loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. He knows you, he knows you, he loves you, he loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. God knows every word before you even say it. He hears every prayer before you even
It's that time where we get to get out our packages for week 5. So today, we've been talking about how God comforts us. This craft is an awesome way that we can comfort someone else. We are going to send a hug in the mail. I know that sounds funny. However, how would you ever send a hug in the mail? But stick with me. In the week 5 envelope, we are going to find, let's open it up, some ribbon. Now, you're also going to need a few more items out of your package. So the first thing we are also going to get out is 2 pieces of paper. So make sure you have 2 pieces for this one today. I also want you to get out your scissors and tape. Now that we have all of our supplies, let's get started. So we're going to take, actually, I forgot one more item. We are going to get out a pencil from the bottom of the box. So now that we have all of our supplies, we are going to take the pencil and the first piece of paper, and we're going to trace our hand. Once you have the first hand traced, you can get your other piece of paper and do the other hand. Now, I'm not a left-handed person, so this drawing might be a little harder. Now, our next step is we have to cut out both of these hands. Now, you can use your scissors from your package, although you may need to ask for some help. Now, we're going to take our ribbon and tape it onto one of the hands first. Now that we have the first one, we're going to get the other end of the ribbon and tape it onto the other hand. Again, you may need to ask for some help holding the paper and the ribbon together and taping it on like that. So now we have our ribbons attached, and this is going to be our hug. So these hands can go all the way around our body and give us a nice big hug. Now get out those crayons if you still have some of them left in your package. On these hands, you can write whatever message you want to. So continue to color, draw, or write comforting messages on your hands that you cut out. This is the way that we can mail a hug to someone who lives far away. We know it's not a real hug, but sending a kind gesture with nice words can be so good for that person to know that you are thinking about them. Now let's talk about our at-home activities for today. In our at-home activity book for week 5, there is a coloring page for Wilder, our Bible buddy that helps us remember that God comforts us. Now on the next page, we are challenging you to complete some acts of kindness this summer. So on this page, it's called Kindness Bingo. And in each box, there's something really nice that you could do for your friends, your family, or for your neighbors. Every time you do an act of kindness that's on this card, cross it off, color it in, or put a sticker on top.
Now, remember, kindness is not a competition. We don't want to make our kindness not so kind by hurting people or forcing kindness on them. If someone doesn't want you to pick up their trash, that's okay. Just say that you are trying to be kind and helpful.
It's also important to remember that not everyone has the ability to do everything on the page. This will hopefully give you some ideas, even if you can only do 1 or 2 things.
There are also coloring pages, as always, and word searches.
In fact, there are 3 different word searches: easy, medium, and hard. So choose whichever one works for you.
Oh, I almost forgot. Next week is Spotlight VBS week.
Right, so be sure to check your email right after this video and send us your pictures by Thursday. Until we meet again, have an awesome day and happy long weekend.